What was going on? Akanksha, you also.
Yes, sir.
Where we have left, tell me. From there we'll begin.
Sir, page number 51, pollination by insects.
Okay, page number 51. Let me open that. Okay, yesterday in YouTube I have made a video on fill in the blanks. Do you get the link, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Did you check the link? Link was given in the description box of that YouTube. Did you get?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, there is no light from, yesterday night there is no light. So my mobile both are completely. Your house is near railway station, Akanksha.
Yes, sir.
Kahalgaon railway station.
Yes, sir.
That's why train sound was coming. Okay, no problem. Oh, page number. What you said? Page number
51.
51. Okay, let me check. 51. I think this one. No, this is page number 58. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us begin. Today we'll complete this. Okay, so pollination by insects. It is written here. So let us try to understand how pollination happens with the help of insects. So many plants are pollinated by insects such as bees and butterflies. Bees and butterflies are the main, insects. Characteristic of insect pollinated flowers. The pollen grains are sticky or spiky so that they can stick easily to the insect's body. Page number 52. Come to it, page number 52. As you can see here in the picture also, it is given cross-pollination. Here cross-pollination is happening. Pollen grains. This is called pollen grains. Let me make it large so that you can understand. You might have seen, all of you might have seen in the flower, this kind of structure. So this is called pollen grain. Means actually this is the seed of the flower. So any butterflies or bees, if they will carry this pollen to another place, see here, pollen is written. Means in this way, when they do cross-pollination, in this way pollination happens. Cross-pollination, this is the example of cross-pollination. The flowers are large and brightly colored to attract insects. The flowers are scented and produce a sweet smelling liquid called nectar. Means these are the characteristics, these are the features of the pollen. Just because of that, flowers attract the bees and honeybees, bees and butterflies. The flowers are scented and produce a sweet smelling liquid called nectar. The anthers are stiff and firmly attached so that they can brush against the insects. The stigmas are usually small, impact, and do not hang out of the flower. They are sticky so that the pollen grains stick them when an insect brushes against them. When insects visit flowers to suck the nectar, pollen grains fall on their bodies and stick to them. This pollen is then transferred to the next flower they visit. So with the help of bees and butterflies mainly, in this way pollen happens. Now pollination by birds and bats. See, as you can see in the picture also, pollination by birds and flowers. By birds and bats, sorry, bats means this one, that other. Hummingbirds are important pollinators of wildflowers. So this is called hummingbird, this bird in the picture left side. So these birds are important pollinators of wildflowers. They have very good eyesight and are extremely attracted to warm colors like red, orange, yellow, or blue. So hummingbird has very good eyesight. It can see very, very far away this kind of flower, especially the red flowers, colors, like red, orange, yellow, blue, these colors, whatever flower has, hummingbirds see because it has very good eyesight. Then it comes over there, and then the process of pollination in this way happens. The flowers are tubular, brightly colored, odorless, have strong supports for perching, and open during the day. The nectar is deeply hidden inside the flower. So what is written here, that when you will see the wildflower, so in the wildflower, nectar is hidden under the flower. The birds thrust their long, slender beak deep into the flowers for nectar. So birds, what hummingbirds do? She puts his long beak inside the flower. You can see here, this is not the beak, this is the flower. And inside the flower, she has put her beak here in the picture for getting the nectar. Withdrawing faces dusted in pollen, which they transfer when they visit another flower. The flowers pollinated by bats are large, dull, white or cream color that can be clearly seen in the moonlight. Okay, so what bats does? Bats actually it attracted by the dull white or cream colored flower. Okay, which is clearly seen in the moonlight. Means at night, bats go to those kind of flowers. They have a strong fruit odor and bloom at night. When bats come out in search of night flying insects. The flowers have many exposed stamens. Pollen and nectar are produced in a large quantities. Now, pollination by water. How pollination happens? With the help of water. So here picture is given. First, let us study here. Water pollinated flowers grow on underwater aquatic plants. Their flowers are small, unisexual, dull, and can hardly be seen. Pollen grains are heavy as these are carried by water and produced in large numbers. The stigmas are large and feathery to catch the pollen grains. In Vallisneria, the male flower break off from the stem and rise to the surface. The female flower floats on the surface and the male flowers cluster around it. The sticky pollen helps in pollination. Here you can see the example of male flowers and distillate flowers. Then water level means this kind of flower always remain under the water level. See, this is water level. This is not above the water level. These kind of flowers are not above the water level. These are always under the water level. Okay, this is water level and flowers are under the water level. Okay, now we have, let's recap. Recap means what? Recap means whatever the important things we have studied in this theory, in this chapter, that you are going to revise. Okay. The important things we are going to study. Let's recap. Flower is a orange. Flower is a orange of flowering plants. Here grammatical mistake is given. Flower is an organ, like that. Everybody write an. A is written already. All of you know that before vowel will put an. So flower is an organ of flowering plants, which is composed of calyx, sepals, corolla, petals. Androecium means stamen and gynoecium means carpel or pistil. Means androecium has two names and gynoecium has two names also. Androecium, then stamen. You can say stamen to androecium and androecium you can say to stamen. In the same way, gynoecium is also called carpel and pistil also. Flowers can be complete or incomplete. Okay, flowers can be complete or incomplete. That we already have discussed in our previous classes, that those flowers which have four things means calyx, corolla, and gynoecium, androecium, so that flower will be called as complete flower. But those flower which they do not have two things, means androecium or gynoecium, so they will not called complete flowers. Flowers can be monosexual, bisexual, or neuter. That also we have studied. The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to stigma of a flower is known as pollination. Pollination of two types. Okay, self-pollination and cross-pollination. There are two kinds of pollination: self-pollination and cross-pollination. Wind, insects, birds, bats, and water are the various agents of pollination. Okay, now we have keywords. Keywords means basically these are the definition of, okay, definition of calyx, gynoecium, self-pollination, androecium, pollination, corolla, cross-pollination. So these are the definition. If I will ask what is calyx, so this sentence you can say, or this you can learn. The outermost whorl of a flower, which is composed of green leaf-like structures, are called calyx. You can say like that. If I will ask what is corolla, then you have to say the second whorl of a flower, which is composed of colorful structures, are called corolla in this way. Androecium, male reproductive part of a flower. If I will ask what is androecium, then you have to say male reproductive part of a flower is called androecium. What is gynoecium? Female reproductive part of a flower is called gynoecium. What is pollination then? Transfer of pollen grains from anthers to stigma is called pollination. Then self-pollination, when pollen grains from the anther of a flower are transferred to stigma of the same flower of or another flower of same kind, is called self-pollination. What is cross-pollination then? When pollen grains from the anther of a flower are transferred to stigma of another flower on a different plant of the same type. Okay, understood, Richa?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let us solve the multiple choice question Akanksha Ishi solves. Let us check whether it is written correct or not. The outermost whorl of a flower is known as calyx. Okay, this answer is correct. Okay, Richa Kumari has completed. Very good. Those who have understood the theory in a proper way, so they will write answer very easily. By the way, you can match your answer from here also. Androecium and gynecium are two essential whorls. Correct. A flower which contains both stamen and pistils is called complete flower. Okay. Stamen and pistil means that one, that androecium and gynecium. Then a flower in which both androecium and gynecium are missing is called complete flower. Okay, very good. Richa and Akanksha Rishi has done. Cross pollination is carried out by wind, insects, birds, and bats. So all of these. Okay, now come to at page number 54. Page number 54. Page number 54. Fill in the blanks. Two kinds of pollination are self-pollination and cross-pollination. Okay. Number two, a carpel consists of ovary, stigma, and style. Stamen is the male reproductive part of a flower, and stamen, both places are written stamen. Someone has written wrong here. Stamen is the reproductive part of. Stamen is the male reproductive part of a flower, and stamen is the reproductive part of plants. What is the correct answer here? You can match. You can take the reference from the book and make it correct. Ovaries produces the eggs or female reproductive cells. The capsule-like structure at the top of filament is known as anther. Ishant Raj.
Sir, in the third number, androecium is the right answer.
Okay, right everyone, androecium. Ishant Raj. Ishant Raj.
Sir,
Yes.
सर ये चौथे का आंसर ओवल होगा.
Okay, right then. Write that one only. This book belongs to someone else. I just have taken the photos. Okay. So by the way, I have made you theory. Understand, so you can write answer by yourself. Now come here to the true false and match whether it is also correct or not. A neuter flower is called staminate. False. Is it correct or not? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sepals of a flower are called corolla. False. Sepals of a flower are called corolla. This one is false. Is it correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the female part of a flower is known flower is androecium. False. Okay, self-pollination occur between flowers of different plants of the same kind. True. Flowers can be complete or incomplete. True. Okay. Now we have matched the following. Match the following. Carpel pistil. Okay. Calyx, sepals, ovary, ovules, insects, pollen grains, and anther pollination. Okay. Any problem to understand? Short answer and long answer will continue in the next class because in my house there is no electricity yesterday onwards. So my laptop is getting discharged and mobile also. So short and long answer question. By the way, only 7 minutes is left. So within 7 minutes, we'll not be able to complete the long and short answer questions. So we'll complete in the next class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I'm going to unmute each and everyone for saying bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Keep studying.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Keep studying.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye. Bye, sir.